Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Wolf, and in today's video we are going over everything that's changed within the 1.4 update to the Dragons add-on by Shapescape. If you haven't seen my other two videos covering this add-on in the previous updates, take a second to go check those out. They'll provide you with all the basics of the add-on as well as all the changes that have happened up to this point. Now, just to be clear, version 1.4 is not a very large update when it comes to new features. Its main objective is to update some of the core systems, bring a few new creatures and new structures, but overall to begin to create a much more immersive environment that resembles a world that dragons would live in. Even though this update isn't very content-rich, it sets the stage for the next update, version 1.5, which they have promised will be released later this summer. No teases as to what's to come there, but if previous updates have shown us anything, Shapescape is capable of some pretty great stuff, so let them cook for now.
Okay.
Now, first and foremost, Update 1.4 brings us a brand new dragon to join the family. This is the Fey Dragon. It's found in plains, jungles, and birch forests. It has all the same mechanics as the other dragons. The design is actually one of the largest. It's slightly bigger than the Fire Dragon, but not as big as the Ice or the Thunder Dragon. Now, I actually really love this design, and it looks even better when you put gold armor on the shiny dragon. It gives me this Aztec Eldorado type vibe with the swirls, and I really like it. Even though this may not be the water dragon a lot of people were speculating was being added, I still think the artist did a great job, and it goes perfectly with the other 5 dragons. Maybe with the next dragon they could do some different models, like more wyvern or maybe even a wingless dragon. We'll just have to wait and see if Update 1.5 has anything spicy in it. The dragon has 2 attacks, one breathing pink flames and the other being a laser beam that looks like a beacon that sets things on fire. There is also a sword and a set of armor to match. Now, I like how the devs are starting to reach out and be a little bit more adventurous with their armor designs, having them more closely resemble the dragon itself. This set follows the same idea as the Poison Dragon, where the helmet has the same head shape with the horns. Now, I'd like to see them take it a step further and add some more dragon characteristics, like a set of elytra designed as a set of dragon wings, or adding some more dragon parts onto the armor like claws. As for the sword, the design isn't anything special, but it does have a special ability that mimics the attack of the dragon, where you shoot out a beacon of light that sets enemies on fire. That was pretty cool. I do think the cooldown could be tweaked just a little bit because right now it feels a little too long. Now onto the bulk of the update, creating a more immersive dragon world. Now you may have noticed there are still a boatload of dragons spawning everywhere. Some places more than others. Now, I won't bore you with the background details, but the way the devs explained it to me was that their current system for coding spawns can lead to an overpopulation of some dragon types while leaving others very rare. However, if you want to change that overpopulation and reduce one dragon, you would in turn reduce the rarer one as well, meaning you may never see the secondary dragon. But not to worry, the guys at Shapescape were super smart and developed a new system as well as created a hotfix that was pre-submitted after the update, so it should release alongside or shortly after the launch of Update 1.4. This new system changes the spawns, eliminating the original problem and allowing for much more individual control. There may be a few days where dragons are spawning everywhere, but once this hotfix is implemented, spawns will return to a much more normal level. The majority of the community has wanted dragons to feel more rare, and after this hotfix, that should be the case. Along with the new dragon and the spawn changes, new dragon nests are also now present. And no, not just the small straw block. These are actual structures, making finding a dragon nest more of an experience, and not like wandering into a chicken coop. There are a few different versions, each one for different biomes and different dragon types. With the 1.4 update, there is now more options for managing our dragons. Within the dragon menu, you can now find the Management tab. Here you can choose who can and can't interact with them, who can ride your dragon, who can control your dragon, and now you even have the option to transfer ownership of a dragon. You always wanted to get that shiny fire dragon, but your friend got one first? Well, now you can trade and have your buddy swap ownership, making the dragon 100% yours. In efforts to create a much more immersive dragon experience, this update also added new dragon-like mobs that will spawn throughout the world to accompany the fire, ice, thunder, crystal, poison, and now Fey dragons. First you have Bumpy. This guy's found in swamps, jungles, and forests, and he looks very similar to the Gruber from How to Train Your Dragon. These guys flop around randomly or when threatened, which will knock anything back that's close by. They can also be harvested for meat that you can cook up just like beef. Next is the Silverhorn. This is a peaceful creature with thick fur that's found in taigas and snowy biomes. They can be sheared for wool or farmed as a food source as well. You also have the Longneck, another peaceful mob found in flower forests, savannas, jungles, beaches, and cherry groves. When threatened, it buries its head in the dirt and releases toxins. It can drop a venom gland for use in potions when defeated. Next is the Pufferling, found on beaches near large oceans or in deserts. As a defense mechanism, will swell and become spiky. They then drop a Pufferling spike, which will cause you, the player, to actually inflate and send out spikes, causing damage to nearby entities. I'm not gonna lie, this is the funniest thing that I've seen in a long time. While I was testing out some of these features, I was at work, and I actually laughed out loud, causing some of my patients to give me a weird look. And yes, before you say anything, I have a full-time job. YouTube does not pay the bills. Not yet, anyway.
Remember to like and subscribe.
I mean, the tiny head thing gets me every time. Next is the Pyrobat, another peaceful creature that can be found in caves and other dark biomes like mangrove forests. When attacked, it releases a glowing substance causing the nearby area to light up. When defeated, it drops a Pyrobat bat. The bat can be interacted with to light up the surrounding area. It has about a 15-second cooldown as the light begins to fade around you, but it works very well as a replacement for torches while you're out on the move. And lastly are the Twins. This evil little guy is hostile and can be found in swamps. They drop the Twins Heart, which can be used to grant a positive buff or sometimes a negative one. The positive effects are Regeneration 3 and Resistance 2, while the negative effects are Weakness 2 and Poison 2. The positive effects last slightly longer than the negative effects ones do, which is kind of cool, but this is more of just kind of a gag item. And that brings us to the end of the 1.4 update. Now remember, like I said, this update isn't very content heavy, but it sets the stage for the 1.5 update, which should be coming mid-summer. The devs have promised that now that they're settled and 100% focused on keeping these updates rolling, they want to get the 1.5 update finished and live ASAP. I know Microsoft has a 90-day rule set in place to make sure developers aren't spamming everyone with pointless updates, so look for a September release at the soonest. But anyways, if you have a suggestion or another add-on you want me to review or make a guide for, let me know down in the comments. If you guys enjoyed the video, do me a favor and drop a like, and consider subscribing if you want to stay up to date with some of the best add-ons in the Minecraft marketplace. But thank you all for coming and watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Wolf, out!